Okay. Erica, what are your takeaways?
I've said it before. I will continue to say it. The Weasleys. I mean, how fun. How fun to be such a wackadoodle and yet loving and put together kind of family to share the values of what's really important, and like still like so many kids, right? So many people, so many individuals. But that's the cool thing about them, is that they are individuals. So even though there are so many of them, none of them are stifled into being one thing or another. They're all free to be who they want to be. They can be as uptight and like as ambitious or as ruckus as they would like to be, as long as they're good people, as long as they are, you know, of sound mind and heart, and of those core values that are most important. Because Lucius and Draco, like the Malfoy family, you can see he's an only child, right? And yet, with all of what you would imagine to be time and money that they have, he's his father's same person, right? Like literally a walking version of his dad, a miniature version of his dad, instead of using that time and money to instill better values and behavior.
No, you'd have to have them to instill them.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What about yours?
I wrote down 3 bullet points. 1, I love the Weasleys and I love the Burrow. 2, Ron is just like Arthur. Because another piece that we kind of glossed over and didn't talk about is when Draco comes over and starts talking crap in the bookstore, Hermione and Harry are holding Ron back because Ron gets pissed and starts trying to go for Malfoy. But the only reason he doesn't is because Hermione and Harry hold him back. And then when Lucius comes over and starts talking crap, Arthur launches. So it's just interesting that Ron is just like his dad and Draco is just like his dad.
Yeah.
And the war is generational. And then my 3rd bullet point was a passage that I highlighted just to show. And it all kind of comes back to what you said. So the first 2 paragraphs of the chapter. It says, life at the Burrow was as different as possible from life on Privet Drive. The Dursleys liked everything neat and ordered. The Weasleys' house burst with the strange and unexpected. Harry got a shock the first time he looked in the mirror over the kitchen mantelpiece, and it shouted, "Tuck your shirt in, Scruffy!" The ghoul in the attic howled and dropped pipes whenever he felt things were getting too quiet, and small explosions from Fred and George's bedroom were considered perfectly normal. What Harry found most unusual about life at Ron's, however, wasn't the talking mirror or the clanking ghoul. It was the fact that everybody there seemed to like him. Mrs. Weasley fussed over the state of his socks and tried to force him to eat 4th helpings at every meal. Mr. Weasley liked Harry to sit next to him at the dinner table so that he could bombard him with questions about life with Muggles, asking him to explain how things like plugs and the postal service worked. And that just goes back to everything you said, and you even kind of, as you were giving the chapter description, touched on those things, but it's just that feeling of just being in a place where everybody genuinely cares about you as a person and looks out for you and fusses over you and wants to spend time with you, and like coming from where you were clearly not wanted and forced upon the people that are your actual family. This is where you feel loved and wanted, and we love the Weasleys. And we love the is really what it comes down to.
Yep.